So the socials are a great way of screening both for you and for her. You screen each other to realize, yes, we do want to go out on a date. That's what we did at that social. We screened each other, and that's what you want to try and do.
Experience, if you've been writing back and forth, is it more likely to work out tour instead of letters?
You know, I don't know anyone who had anybody who has gotten married through letters. Oh, I was just told there's one.
Only one.
One. Okay. Of course, you got to meet them. You know, it's better to meet in person. Of course, the tours are better.
It's important to meet in person, and you can feel you have chemistry or not.
Yeah, if you don't plan on going on a tour, yeah, then that's your only means of communicating. Yes, of course, by all means. But definitely go on the tour. You can watch the videos, you can listen to us, talk about it, and you think you have an idea of what is going on there or what you're going to experience. And I've seen the look on guys' faces, the same guys who have thought the same thing you're thinking, walk into a social and they stop dead because all of a sudden women are now looking at them.
Yeah.
Now they're the focus of attention, and we're just not used to that.
Yes.
Brian wants to know, say you're writing someone, is it cheaper or better to meet them one-on-one or at a social?
I prefer socials because when you're, it's cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper when you're writing someone, but it's a lot different when you're meeting the one, or the ladies or the women's, the connections.
Well, yeah, and if you're writing someone, if your question is it cheaper to meet her at a social or one-on-one, I would say it's better and probably cheaper to meet her at the social. And the reason for that is that sometimes when you're writing back and forth, you have a different idea of what that person's like. You build up an idea of what that person's like in your mind. And so you have this wonderful image of that person.
Yeah.
But when you're in front of that person, all the senses are at play, right? And so when you meet at a social, there's less pressure on you because you're speed dating, you're getting to meet. And when you go up to her and you're talking with her face to face, all of a sudden you'll know within the first couple minutes whether or not there's going to be a connection or not. And if not, you just move on. But if there is, it's great, you set up the individual date. But if you're on an individual date and 5 minutes into it, there's no connection, even though the letters were good, but there's no connection now you're stuck on this date for the next hour and a half. And it's like, oh my God, this is not good. So the socials are a great way of screening both for you and for her. You screen each other to realize, yes, we do want to go out on a date. That's what Tanya and I did. After 10 bottles of champagne, she agreed to go on a date with me, but that's what we did at that social. We screened each other, and that's what you want to try and do. All right, so yes, go to the social, meet her, and then see what happens. Most of the Filipino are aggressive to come up to the guy at the social or no. What questions do they ask the guys at the speed dating? That's a good question. I'll give you that. Okay, so first of all, are they aggressive? The Filipino women. I could talk about Ukrainian women, but that's a totally different culture, those women. But what about here?
There are some aggressive women.
Some aggressive women.
Yeah.
Will they come up to you? Do they have the nerve to say, I want to see you? Because I know there's that box that they can put the names of the guys they're interested in, the Valentine's Day box, right? And then at the end of the social, the guy gets the box and he sees where the interest is from the women. But before that box, will they walk up to him directly and talk to him?
Some would love to, even though they already met in the aisle and table hopping, but they still want to get your attention. So they're gonna hug you or give you cheek to cheek
kiss thing. Okay, all right.
But there's some actually who are gonna sit on your lap.
You're gonna sit. Really?
I saw some girls doing that.
Well, that's interesting. I wasn't married and Rob wasn't such a great friend. I'd ask you to demonstrate that, but I think that could cause a lot of problems, so we're not going to do that. All right. So let's pretend that you and I, right now, we're at a social. Because I was 22 years ago. We just talked about that. So we're at the social right now. What kind of question are you going to ask me? I just sat down. Hi, my name is John. What's your name?
Yeah.
What's your
Hi,
name?
my name is Rana.
Hi,
Just
Rana.
hands up. Yeah,
How are you?
The girls' turns. They have their own turns.
Okay, so, but we're at the table, and I get to sit here and talk to you now. And I just said, my name's John, your name's Rana. Great, Rana, I'm so glad you're here today. And then what are you going to say to me?
I'm going to ask, how many kids do you have?
Okay,
Yeah.
got 2 kids.
Yeah. Where are you from? What's that?
Where am I from, right? So I'm from Arizona.
Oh, Arizona.
You know
what's
Arizona?
The weather? What's the weather there?
Oh, it's very cool, very nice. Yeah, it never gets hot. You ever ask the guy, well, why are you here? Why didn't you just meet a woman in the United States? Why did you come here?
I didn't thought of
You didn't ask that. You don't think that gets asked that much? In the Ukraine, they ask that all the time. So you get that question a little bit, but not so much in the Philippines.
Not in the Philippines.
The Filipino women,
They
they're
will-
wonderful, but they're a little more quiet or a little more reserved,
Yes.
right? And so that's wonderful.
Do you feel like your search may be hopeless? Check out our website at
mydreamasian.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.